Angle in the first. Watch out.
Look at this. Upton pops it up. Left side, Elvis Andrus is backpedaling. He is under it. He puts it away. The Texas Rangers have won a postseason series.
The Texas Rangers are American League champions. One swing. It's tied! Garcia shoots it. This is over. He's at the wall, and the legend grows! It's the Texas Rangers win the World Series!
Hi, and welcome to another edition of Right on Rangers Live late night. And we have a great game here if you're a Rangers fan. 8-0 in the top of the 8th inning. Nimmo up to bat right now. Man, I'll tell you what, games like this, you will take them any day. Is it the most riveting, thrilling, just edge of your seat? No, it's not. But the Rangers tacking on runs, you just love to see it. I mean, we do not get treated to 8 runs from this offense often. Maybe it's the ballpark, man. I've always felt like this was a little bit of a little league ballpark. The ball just flies here. I mean, look, I know it's got the dimensions that it does, but it's just always felt like whenever we played here, the ball has just flown. Now, unfortunately, the A's did quite a bit of that as well when we played them last year here at this spot. Feels like there's guys getting into it and really seeing the ball well in this yard. Love it. Brandon Nimmo. Speaking of a guy, though, who's not seeing the ball as well in this yard, Nimmo just not looking like himself. This is probably the first time him in a Rangers uniform. He just has looked human. Let's just call it that. Human. 0 for 4 tonight. Hopefully I'm about to reverse jinx him into a home run. Another foul ball. He's hanging tough right now. Rangers have been tacking on here, and this is really a beautiful thing because if you got the Rangers Sports Network broadcast on, Baksick and Raymond, we're talking about this a little bit, but you have a lot of games coming up this week. You don't have an off day this week. You would really like to be able to not use any kind of bullpen guys tonight. Brandon Nimmo, by the way, strikes out again. Just not his best night. Hey, We'll give it to him, man. Nobody should be mad at Brandon Nimmo. Look, he was probably due for an offer. Maybe he'll get another AB in this one, but probably the first time in a Rangers uniform that I've seen Brandon Nimmo look human. I mean, every other game feels like this dude is just lighting it up left and right. Evan Carter coming on right now. The A's are going to make a move to the pen. So this is going to give us a good little opportunity here to talk through what's been going on in the game thus far. Appreciate all y'all hanging out. Of course, here at Right on Rangers, we cover everything sports, but we put a big emphasis on the Texas Rangers during the MLB season, and we thank you for choosing Right on Rangers for all of your Texas Rangers content. Drop a follow, drop a comment. We'll try and get to as much as we can during the game itself. We'll be a little hit or miss, but post-game we'll definitely get to as much of substance as we possibly can. Appreciate all y'all. Everyone has a hit except I thought Duran just got a hit. I think Duran just got a hit. Forever Relentless. Appreciate you, man. It's what you love to see when your best player's having an off night, but the rest of the team steps up. Antonio, my guy, very well said. Yeah, look, it was about time. Brandon Nimmo was probably due for an off night. Glad to see that the boys pick him up. Nathan Eovaldi, man, let's talk Evo. Dude has been masterful tonight. Nathan Eovaldi, 7 innings, 3 hits, no earned runs, 2 walks, 7K. This guy's been filthy. He's been dealing, and he has done an excellent job with location tonight. That's what I've noticed, especially he has been locating, and it's made a huge difference. In his first 2 starts, I talked about it a couple of different times. I made a reel about it. The stuff is still there for Evo. There were some people talking about, it wasn't many people, but some people I know in frustration, is he washed? Does he not have it anymore? The grades definitely were, he still has the stuff, he's just not locating it well. And tonight you're seeing the stuff and you're seeing the location, the command, the execution, and it's all coming together to create this beautiful masterpiece. 7 innings, shutout baseball. Luis Medina on to pitch for the A's right now. Righty, 169 ERA on the season. He's got 2 quick strikes, 2 quick called strikes on Evan Carter, man. Not sure what EC is looking for here, man. He's just watched 2 pitches right down the middle go by without a swing. I'm not sure he's going to see anything better than that. Looks like Evo is done, by the way. I don't think they're going to trot him back out there. This is a long time to sit. He's at 84 pitches. Look, Nathan Eovaldi, dude's a dog, but you don't want to wear him down if you don't have to. So they need to get this to the bullpen. Give it to some low leverage guys. This would be 8-0. Look, I know maybe some of y'all are going to shudder. This would be the moment to use Adolis Garcia. Excuse me, to use Adolis Garcia. To use Robert Garcia. This would be the time to do it. Robert Garcia in an 8-run game, I'll take that. Let's burn Robert Garcia right now. That way he can't pitch in another game tomorrow when it actually matters. Antonio, exactly. Robert Garcia. Let's get him in the game. An 8-run lead. I'll trust Robert Garcia with an 8-run lead. I will. I'm saying it. I'm saying it, JN. We will figure it out. Look, low leverage. They were doing the numbers on this. I forget if it was Jamie Newberg. I forget who was doing it. Robert Garcia is clutch in low leverage. Like, the dude is unhittable. When it comes to low leverage spots, Robert Garcia is like prime Andrew Miller. Prime Andrew Miller. But in high leverage or like medium leverage, yeah, the numbers just keep ticking up. Yeah, I would definitely say at this point, burn the dudes that you don't want to throw in a big game. And the dudes I don't want to throw in a big game right now, Robert Garcia, probably throw Chris Martin on there too. Give Garcia the 8th, give Martin the 9th. We all go home happy. Finally, the top of the 8th inning comes to a close. Rangers leading 8-0. Yeah, Jock getting in on the slide, man. I thought he was gunned. He found a way to get in there. That was a great little play, great little slide. Jungle Cat, they're showing him right now. Jungle Cat has been doing a phenomenal job tonight, lacing the ball all over the yard. You look at the line drive double that he had in this inning, 100.5 off the bat. You love to see it from Jungle Cat, man. I told you guys, he was actually the one that I really was not as worried about compared to some of the other players. In the top of the 6th, he had a 95-mile-an-hour line drive. It was a line out to center field. Earlier in the game, going back to the, I believe, top of the 4th inning, he did get called out on strikes. And then beyond that, let me see if I got anything else for y'all. Top of the 1st inning, ground out, 89 off the bat. So look, 2 hard hits tonight. We'll take that. 2 hard hit batted balls from Josh Young. Good stuff. Really good stuff. And his average now on the year, Rangers former all-star third baseman, 244, 595 OPS. It's coming up. It's coming up. The OPS obviously still dragging a little bit, but it's on the up and up. We'll take it. Luis Carvello, by the way, coming in to replace Nathan Eovaldi. Am I a fan of Skip? Yes, I am a fan of Skip. I do feel like he is dusting off the cobwebs a little bit. I have had a few moments where, you do the, what are we doing here? I've had a few moments like that. I've talked him through some bullpen decisions mainly. There's been a couple other nuanced things here and there, but I do think there's been a few curious decisions bullpen usage-wise. I do think that you can nitpick a lot. By and large, yes, I'm a fan of the Skip Schumacher signing. I don't think you need to make any kind of conclusion or judgment after 15, 16 ball games, but I will say I think that the bullpen use is going to continue to be an interesting thing. I know that the Rangers are going to see some guys really define themselves into certain roles as more time goes on, but you've got a little bit of a piecemeal situation, right? We love the guys out in the pen. I love Beeks. I love, Baumler. I know he's on the IL. I love Cole Winn. I'm not trying to take any shine off those guys, but, let's be honest. Skip is not working with, the top cream of the crop. I mean, we got to be real about this. Now, do we have so many promising dudes that I really think have high upside? Absolutely. But there are a lot of guys that are unproven in major, larger roles. I mean, you've got a few dudes that are vets that have pitched pretty well of late. Beeks, Junis. I mean, but I don't think anybody saw those players get signed and said, "Man, we just got one of the most elite arms in the game." I don't think anybody was saying that. Crivello strikes out the first batter of the inning. Zach Geloff. And there's one down here, bottom of the 8th. Rangers up 8-0. Appreciate all y'all. Yeah, I think Skip is going to figure it out. I really do. I'm not saying that he's totally lost right now, but I think Skip is going to be fine. Let's say that. I'm not too worried about him making an impact for the Rangers. This one's sent deep. That one's going to leave the yard. Crivello gives up the shutout. Unfortunately, Lawrence Butler tanks that one. Right field, gone. Second home run of the year for Butler. Too bad for Crivello, man. You definitely, I think sometimes as a pitcher, especially when you're coming into a large lead like this, it is really hard to get that same adrenaline rush as if you're coming in a tight 1 or 2 run ball game. But for guys like Crivello, you've got to find a way to lock down. You want to see Crivello pitch well here. It's definitely not ideal, even though it's an 8-0 lead. And yes, you're probably trying to challenge guys a little bit more than you otherwise would. But if you're a guy like Crivello, you're kind of on the borderline, right? Just got the call up, a week and a half ago. You want to pitch well. You really want to pitch well. Big home run to cut the lead to 7. Yes, sir. Nick Kurtz going to fly out here to the track. I think there were a couple of people thought that one was gone, man. Look, this ballpark plays small. I don't care what the dimensions are. This ballpark plays small, y'all. It is definitely a place where the ball appears to fly. I mean, I know StatCast says what it says. Like, when Berger hit his home run in the first inning, my comment was, man, like this is a little league ballpark that is just what the doctor ordered for this Rangers lineup. And now look, Jake Berger's home run would have been gone in 29 of 30 parks. Ironically, the one park Berger's home run would not have been gone at, Coors Field. I mean, look, a hitter's paradise. The one place Berger's home run would have apparently died at the fence or at the track, Coors Field in Colorado, according to Baseball Savant. That made me laugh out loud. That, to me, was hilarious. One ballpark, that Berger bomb would not have gone. The first one, not the Oppo Taco. Bangaliers, man, he almost got one there, man. Just a little out in front. 107 exit velocity, screaming foul. Yeah, they have. Like that Kurtz ball, I thought, man, that might carry. When he hit that opposite field, I thought, hey, that's a decent angle. I wonder if that's going to carry out. Josh Young slides, fires. A little bit of a poor throw by Young. Thought he was going to make another brilliant play. He's made a couple this season. Wasn't meant to be, so there is a runner on first base, 2 outs. Yeah, Young popped up pretty quick. I thought he was going to make a strong throw. Looked like with a good, accurate throw, he probably does get the A's catcher. But just a little bit off. Berger tried to apply the tag. Didn't happen. Berger had a nice play down at first base too, huh? He had a really nice play going to his left, gloving a baseball that was right down the line. Nathan Eovaldi, of course, right there on the PFP. Love to see that. Shouldn't pull Evo, need to save the pen. I think the issue was, Landon, that he was sitting so long. Evo was sitting so long in that inning. I wonder, had the Rangers kind of gone a little bit more quickly, if they would have potentially let Evo pitch the 8th. I think it was just because he was sitting so dang long. By the way, Crivello He does allow the solo home run, but he gets out of the 8th inning with the pop-up to Duran to end it. And Rangers are going to go to the top of the 9th here. We are going to see Seager, Berger, Pederson. Seager, I know a couple of you guys were talking about Seager getting robbed. Look, I hope MLB doesn't gas this up. I know I'm sounding a little bit salty, but come on, man. We don't need to see gassed up highlights of Lawrence Butler robbing the Seager home run. Come on now. A good high school right fielder makes that play, dude. You're standing up right at the wall, talking about a home run robbery, MLB posting about it, trying to hype it up like it's a great... I mean, look, he goes back on it and literally could have caught it just standing right there solid. I was not impressed at all by the home run robbery, but I'm a little biased, if you couldn't tell. I still say, man, a good high school right fielder makes that play. Wasn't that complicated, and those walls are about 2 feet tall, so come on. You've seen much better home runs robbed. Let me put it to you that way. I should be used to this by now. MLB totally hyping up something that goes against the Rangers, no doubt. Chris, thank you. That was another thing, too. I'm like, you know, I know not all of us pick up on stuff like this, and I'm not trying to sound like a snob. You guys know me better than that, but like the route was not good that Butler takes to that baseball. He made the play much harder than it needed to be. You take a good route, you take a good path to that ball. It looked better than it was because he's off balance because he didn't take a clean route to the baseball. But come on now, a great right fielder, a great high school right fielder makes that play. I mean, that's not a complicated play when you're standing in front of a 2-foot wall. Come on now, baby. Yeah, exactly. Seager gets robbed in front of a short wall. Brian, you nailed it, babe. Gold comment of the night. It's going to be on SportsCenter. Play in because they got nothing better on a Monday night. 100%. Nothing better. That wall is so short. Calling that a robbery is BS. I'm with you. Totally with you. I'm glad I have backup on this one because that's the first thing that I thought. Like, no, this isn't Torrey Hunter, falling over the wall, the big Poppy home run that comes to mind. I mean, if Hunter would have made that play in that playoff game, what was it, 12 years ago? That's impressive, man. Like, you're falling over the wall. You're leaping over the wall to make that play. Okay. Okay. But come on. Other than that, no. No. We keep on going. We keep going, baby. Burger time. In a second here, Seager up to bat right now. He's in a 1-2 count. Corey did hit a double over Butler's head later, so he got one back, a little ground rule double. Look, March and April are just not kind to Corey Seager. Just not kind. It's his worst hitting month in his career. If you look at his career splits, his OPS is like 100 points lower than any other month. We've talked about this before. So Seager, is hoping that April turns quickly into May. Dude instantly gets an OPS boost once that calendar turns. It's just how it goes. Corey Seager takes a ball here, and it's going to be a full count here. You'd think that Medina's probably going to challenge a little bit. I don't know if you want to put him on, but you're in a 7-run game. Seager going to strike out here. He got challenged. That was a challenge pitch for sure. Seager just could not catch up to it. That was right down central. We keep on going with some of the details here of this one, man. We've got a couple of guys multi-hit. Pederson 3 for 4. Higgy 2 for 3. Berger 2 for 4. Look, got to show Jock Pederson some love. I know there's a lot of people that don't care for Jock, but I've got to give it to him. His last 8 days of baseball have been pretty solid. You're not going to hear a lot of hate from me. He has done what he's supposed to do, and the 3-hit performance tonight is absolutely going to do something nice for the average and the OPS. I believe he is at 3 singles. That's right. I was thinking, did he have an extra base hit in there? No, 3 singles. Nevertheless, let's see. What were the numbers on the Pederson hits? Let me see if we can figure this out here. Are we talking about, duck farts, or did he actually hit it hard? I'm trying to remember. Let's see if we can find it. So 106 mile an hour single in the 8th, a 70 mile an hour single in the 3rd, 102 mile an hour single in the 1st. So 2 hits at 100 plus miles an hour. And then you know how it goes when you're hot. Everything starts falling. So you have the 70 mile an hour single, and then you've got the 2 singles hit at 100 plus. That'll play. That will play. 222 average. Yeah, I mean, look, Limp Bizkit, honestly. I mean, like, it's not pretty, but when you're used to Jock hitting under 200, it actually looks pretty good. I mean, that's where we're at right now with the Rangers offense in 2026. Jock Pederson hitting 222, and you're sitting there saying to yourself, dang, not half bad. It's good that Jock didn't decide to pout with all the criticism coming at him. Credit to him for that. And look, you know, clearly when people are ragging on you, Jock obviously heard the boos at the stadium. I'm sure he looks online a little bit here and there. In fact, I know he does. He looks online. Who did he just follow? I think Willie from Rangers Savant. He just followed him. Willie posted about Jock. I want to say he followed him based on a video. And so, look, these guys are checking social media. They are, man. Jock saw, I'm sure, some of the criticism. Maybe he saw something I threw out there. Who knows, man? These guys pay attention. Look, I got to be honest with you. You can call me vain, but I think you would do it too. Like, you know, when you're first starting out, and even some of these vets, man, they are searching their name on X. They are searching their name in these social media platforms to see what people are saying. Yes, there are some guys that don't have social media, but you know what? Their wife is on it, probably relaying it. It is very rare that you have guys that are just tuning out everything. Very hard to do that. ABS challenge here. Call overturned to a strike from a ball. Jock Pederson up the bat right now, going for his 4th hit of the night. Okay, Jock, that would actually be pretty cool. Let's see hit number 4 right now. Beat Eddie, what's good? Offense needs to stay like this more often. Siegs will come along. Agreed. Wild pitch here. Berger goes to second base. He walked. So Berger, he's been on base 3+ times now. Yeah, will our pitching ultimately decide our fate this year or our batting averages? That's a great question. I think, honestly, it's going to be about the batting. I think what we're seeing is the offense is, once again, needing to just be average because of how good the pitching is. So for me, I think it definitely comes down to hitting. I think you're going to get solid bullpen. You're going to get a solid starting rotation for the most part. Jock, by the way, rolls over on one here, so he doesn't get that 4th hit. I guess he'll settle for a 3 for 5. That 222 average is going to take a little dip, but you know what? 3-hit night, 2 balls hit over 100. Pretty good night for Jock Pederson. Yeah, I do think, is the offense able to just be average? That is the $1 million question, right? Is the offense able to just be middle of the pack? You don't have to be a top 10 offense. I think you could be middle of the pack, 15th, 16th, something like that, and probably still win 90 games, at least high 80s. If they are bottom 10, if they are, you know, bottom 7, bottom 6, that's when it starts getting tricky. Then you got to have those ultra elite performances from your starting pitchers. And I have faith that our guys can twirl some gems more often than not. But I surely don't want to rely on that. I don't want to keep playing 3-0, 3-2, 3-1, 4-2 ball games, man. A night like tonight, it's good to see. It's good to see the Rangers with a 7-run lead. You know, it's so often that we're in a game where we're down 2, we're up 1, we're up 2, and we're just constantly in a save situation one way or the other. Nice to have a ball game like this where you're up comfortably, you're up 7, you can burn a guy that isn't one of your high leverage arms. It's great, especially when you're in a week like this where you got to play every single day, right? They're playing Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. They're also playing Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And you've got the Mariners series coming up Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Big series against a division rival. By the way, we are going to the bottom of the 9th inning here. Rangers are going to have to face Wilson, McNeil, and Hernandez. We had a very good offensive output in that top of the 7th or top of the 8th inning, excuse me, that really has pushed this game out of reach. Was 4-0. You felt pretty good about the Rangers' chances at 4-0. Look, we've always said scoring 4 is kind of the magic number for the Rangers. If they can get to 4 runs, you feel pretty good. Feel pretty good about your chances of a W. It's 3 or less where it's getting dicey. By the way, continuing to go up and down the box score, we talked about Seager. We talked about Berger. We talked about Pederson and Higgy. Look, Higgy, Pederson, Berger, 2+ hits. Jock has 3. The only hitters that don't have a base knock today in the lineup, Nimmo and Carter. Probably the 2 last guys you bet on not having a hit, but Nimmo and Carter, hitless. Carter does have a walk tonight. He's hitting second again. Skip deciding that if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Continuing to go trips left to start off these ball games. We'll do it. I mean, we'll make it work with Langford out. I think he's going to be back tomorrow, by the way. If you didn't get that Wyatt Langford update, Evan Grant reported likely Wyatt Langford plays tomorrow, which is great. Because we all, I think, when Wyatt initially went down, we kind of know how this goes. Sometimes the Rangers tell you it's just precautionary, and then it turns into something crazy. So I am glad that the Rangers and Wyatt Langford on the money, supposedly. I guess we'll hold our breath until the lineup card gets announced tomorrow. But Wyatt Langford getting back hopefully will be a nice boost for this offense. Believe Wyatt had a couple home runs up here in Sacramento last season, if I'm not mistaken. We'll have to go back and check the numbers on that. But Wyatt, he hit the home run in the Dodgers series, hit the home run on Friday night. You never know what a guy's going to look like after a few days off. So I'm not trying to pretend like Wyatt is going to come back in the lineup and instantly start mashing. It's possible maybe there's a little amount of rust, maybe just ever so slightly, but you hope that he's able to pick right back up. I'm actually kind of curious, does Skip just plug him right back into that 2-hole? Or are we going to see something a little bit different? Are we going to see Wyatt Langford in perhaps a little bit of a different position? I'd say he probably goes right back to the 2-hole, especially with Berger's performance. Had Berger struggled tonight, I might have been able to sit here and say, I wonder if Wyatt Langford goes into the cleanup spot and they keep Evan Carter second. But with Jake Berger just mashing the heck out of the baseball tonight, I really feel confident you're probably going to see Wyatt slide back into the 2-hole. Evan Carter, I think there's a lefty tomorrow, right? We're facing a lefty tomorrow, so maybe Evan gets the day off. Maybe Skip decides to finally give him a start against a lefty. We'll see what happens. I'd rather let Langford get fully healthy for the Mariners series. That is a thought, but if he's good to go, I'm okay with it as long as he's good to go and there's no rushing. Hoping the Rangers sustain this. They always seem to have a game or two like this, then go on stretches where they forget how to hit. Absolutely. By the way, out number 2 from what it looks like. The pop-ups to the infield are going a lot better today than they did yesterday, y'all. Corey Seager able to handle that one. A's are down to their final out. Nimmo, Langford, Carter, Seager. That could be interesting. Antonio, I'm in the same boat as you. I really hope maybe a little mental reset for Wyatt Langford, and now you're going to see him start mashing the cover off the baseball. Might be a good day to start Haggerty in center, possibly. I could see that. Look, you're playing a lefty tomorrow, so I think that would be wise. And looks like the Rangers are going to call this one a ball game. Cue the I Like Texas music. Corey Seager flings it over to Berger for the final out. Hello, win column. Rangers get a 2-game win streak going. They get Wyatt Langford back tomorrow. Nathan Eovaldi, the man of the hour. A masterclass this evening. 7 shutout innings. And he adds in a number of Ks as well. 7 to be exact. 3 hits. 2 walks. Great game for the offense. Luis Curvelo eats up a couple innings to save the bullpen. Jock Pederson, 3 hits. Josh Young hitting the ball hard. A lot of positives to take away from tonight, and we've got a great post-game show for you. We are going to be going about 30 more minutes here post-game, so we'll be taking a lot of your comments and questions. We're going to be previewing the game tomorrow, probably the last 5 minutes or so of the show. We'll preview tomorrow's matchup. It is going to be Mackenzie Gore, so it'll be a little lefty battle tomorrow. A's throwing their southpaw. We'll be throwing ours. And you win this first game, now you secure a split with Mackenzie Gore on the mound. It just sets up beautifully, and then you've got Kumar Rocker and Jack Leiter to win the series, hopefully. That's the game plan. First place Rangers. Brian, I love it. Isn't it wild the A's and the Rangers were neck and neck? A's and Rangers, man. This was the battle for first place tonight. Hey, and Houston goes ahead and drops another one. How about that? Houston in a, 8-game losing streak? Oh, man, it's a great day to be a Rangers fan, isn't it? Just an outstanding day. Hey, remember when we lost to the Reds and we went the 3-game sweep and all the Astros fans were kind of piling on a little bit? Great time to pile on if you like trolling. You know what? I'm busy enough making content as I do. If any of y'all enjoy a good troll, y'all need to get onto the Astros accounts right now, stat man. Look, they did start out poorly last year, and then they ended up bringing it together. So we know how this goes to an extent, but I'm still going to enjoy anytime the Astros are dropping ball games. And look, they lost another one tonight. They are on an 8-game losing streak. I was right on that. Seattle, on the other side, is on a 4-game winning streak. They have now improved to 8-9. So it's possible this series coming up this weekend could be a pretty fascinating one from the perspective of first place, but also from the perspective of two teams playing good baseball. Rangers obviously would have loved to have had 2 out of that Dodgers series. They are able to salvage a win yesterday in the final game in the finale. I think that the Rangers play well in this series against the A's. I think they can win 3 out of 4. You win the all-important game 1 in a 4-game set. I do think the Rangers can steal 2 out of 3 here. And then you're sitting at 10-8. If you take 3 out of 4, you're sitting at 10-8 going into that Mariners series. Could be another fun weekend series. T-Mobile Park has not been friendly to Texas. Don't want to get too far ahead of ourselves right now. Let's focus on the good stuff from tonight, but it's going to be a fun week of baseball, man. Rangers are going to be dog tired after this. They're going to enjoy a Monday off, man. I think a week from today is their next off day. So it's going to be great for the fans getting to see all this baseball this week. Those Rangers are going to have a quiet, possibly flight home, man. Everybody's going to be just zonked out. 7 games on the road, plus the 3 games against actually 10 games on the road. That's right. 10 games on the road. All on the West Coast, too. All these late night games. Hey, look, it works out perfect for me. I'm sorry for y'all. I know it's almost midnight in Texas right now. I'm chilling right now at 9:15 out here in Vegas. This actually works out perfect for me. It's going to be even better when the A's move to Vegas finally. Astros, Rockies, primetime baseball. Crap time baseball. Yes, sir. Do I think Josh Smith gets sent down at some point? Man, I hope not. I'm not cheering for that. I'm not saying you are either, but I hope not. I do think, tonight he had the nice hit that got in a couple. Was a pretty soft hit, but nevertheless, we say it all the time. Sometimes you just got to put the ball in play. Beautiful things can happen when you do so. Josh Smith today. Let's take a look. In the first inning, he struck out. Second inning, lined out 91. 6th inning, 73.6 mile an hour ground ball. 8th inning, 70 mile an hour single. So not any balls hard hit tonight. I think that's a little concerning. The strikeout, and not great. The thing that I noticed was 3 ABs, only 7 pitches seen. With a guy like Josh Smith, I do think you would really like to see him work the count more, right? You'd really like to see Josh Smith go deeper into ABs, be a pesky hitter. He's kind of going up there hacking a little bit like he's Corey Seager, and we know that Siegs is ultra aggressive up there. He's not trying to take pitches. If Siegs sees something he likes, he's swinging. If you're Josh Smith, I think you got to do a little bit better job working counts, man. I'm reminded of Saturday night when Jack Leiter was on the mound, and Jack Leiter had to labor. He had to labor through some of those innings, right? He was throwing a lot of pitches. And I remember there was one half inning in that Jack Leiter start, and Smitty, I think, swung first pitch and got out right after Jack had thrown like 20-something or 30-something pitches in an inning. And this is kind of one of those things you got to peel back a little bit. Man, if your pitcher just went 20 plus, went 30 plus pitches in an inning, you've got to go up there with a little bit of a different approach, playing a team game. You got to give your pitcher a breather. Smitty going up there swinging first pitch, second pitch, and just hitting a 70-mile-an-hour duck fart somewhere. Like, dude, be one of those pesky hitters. Get a little more Evan Carter in you, brother. Like, just see a few more. Only 7 pitches through 3 ABs for Smitty. Little concerning. I'm glad he puts the ball in play tonight and gets the RBI. That is what's most important. Put the ball in play. And so we got to give him credit for that. You'd love to see a little bit better ABs from him. I'm not super convinced as I look at the advanced stats. I do think it's a possibility. I mean, we're talking about, is Josh Smith going to get sent down at some point this season? I said I hope not. I think it would really do wonders for Josh if you would just move him back to the position that he was in the last 2 years, which is more of a utility role. The reel that I put out yesterday on Sunday, my point is this. If Josh Smith is your everyday second baseman, and these are the numbers that he's giving you, it's almost like you're losing value by being an everyday player at second base. It's like you can kind of deal with lower numbers, but hey, he plays all over the yard. He's versatile. He can give our guys a breather. If this is your everyday second baseman, not some utility jack of all trades guy, it just hits a little differently. You need to see Josh Smith start putting together some quality ABs with some quality contact. I do not think that Josh Smith is like a day or two away from this, by the way. Appreciate all the gifts, brother. Thank you so much. I think he's got a little bit of a runway, so don't get it twisted. But yeah, I do think there are some dudes in the middle infield spots that the Rangers have. I got asked about Cam Cauley. Jerry, I know you brought up Cam. I'm going to put this up here. Cam Cauley is sitting in the wings. Cody Freeman is going to be back later on this month. You've got a number of guys that the Rangers have up and coming. We're not even talking about Sebastian Walcott, although he's injured. It's not like the Rangers don't have some dudes down at the minor league level that could step up and potentially give you what Josh Smith is giving you right now. I'm not trying to proclaim that Cam Cauley at this moment in time is a better infielder than Josh Smith, but if we're really being honest, I don't think a lot of us would sit there and say that it's a wide margin. Cam Cauley, Josh Smith, I don't know if a lot of us are saying, man, it is a big gap between Cauley and Smitty. I mean, I think Smitty right now, just by nature, by experience, is a better ball player. I don't know who has the bigger ceiling. I lean towards Cam Cauley a little bit right now. Maybe I'm being a little prisoner of the moment after that incredible spring training he had. But my point remains. The margins are thin. I don't see Smitty as exponentially better than anybody we have in the minor leagues right now. Can Haggerty play in the infield? Yes. Yes, absolutely. He can. And that is an option at second base as well. Jack returning to true form. Man, appreciate all the gifts, brother, by the way. Thank you so much for all the GGs, man. Hey, I love this one. This is great. Appreciate you, brother. Thank you so much. Truly. Not needed, but very much appreciated. Evo Elite, Salvador, 100%. Evo was incredible. I loved everything that he brought to the table tonight. Everything. What else we got? Jock, I don't know if he's returning to form. I'm not sure if we're just getting a little like 1 week heater from Jock Pederson right now. I will say it is encouraging that Jock has 2 singles over 100 miles an hour off the bat. So he's hitting the ball hard. And now you're finally finding some green. You're finding some holes. So I'm not going to proclaim Jock back. I think if he starts going on kind of an extra base hit tear, now you're talking. But let's just keep it positive, man. This is good stuff from Jock Pederson. The last 8 days of baseball for Jock Pederson have been very good. You had the Easter home run. You had some rally starters in a couple of different games last week. And then tonight you have the 3-hit performance. I can't hate, man. I can't go negative on Jock. Not this week. And you know I've been hard on him. I can't do it this week. He was competing with a lot more talent last year. He knew Simeon was every day, and he backed off. 10 man, you talking about Smitty? You talking about Smitty? Elaborate a little bit more, my friend, if you can. Appreciate the comment tonight. Austin, maybe this helps spring the Rangers forward. Look, I think Brian made a great point, and I want to go glass half full. I do think that this is a bit of a different offense this year. You got Nimmo. You've got some other dudes that have stepped in. Danny Jansen, some other players that have made a difference. It's not the exact same lineup from last year. I do agree with what Brian said earlier, and those of y'all on TikTok, the comment was basically like, we saw the Rangers so much last year have this amazing offensive outburst, right? Then the very next game, it's like, did we forget how to hit? Did we use up all of our runs for the series in that one game? That happened so much last year. Brian, I agree with you 100%, man. But Matt, I hope that you're right. I think that this is very possible. I do believe that you've got new guys, new faces in the lineup that could be the difference feeding off of that momentum. But we know at the end of the day, the Rangers don't have to be a juggernaut offensively. I think that's what we have to keep right in front of us. The Rangers do not have to be a juggernaut offensively. They just have to be mediocre. With how good the pitching is, y'all, they just got to be mediocre. And that's what I keep telling myself. Last year, they were not mediocre offensively. Last year, the Rangers were not mediocre offensively. The Rangers were a bottom 5 offense. I mean, I'm not exaggerating. That's not hyperbole. They were a bottom 5 offense last year. They just need to be mediocre. And they can be a really good team just because of how good their pitching is. And you throw Mackenzie Gore into the mix. You had Evo last year dealing sub 2 ERA. You had DeGrom last year dealing sub 3 ERA. And he's DeGrom. But now you add in Mackenzie Gore, who was an all-star last year. And yes, I know he trailed off a little bit in the second half when some injuries started to creep in. But this is a guy that could challenge for league leader in strikeouts and appears to be totally locked in so far this year. I think if the bet, and I talked about this in one of my shorts and one of my TikToks that I put out, the bet this offseason was let's double, triple down on pitching, on starting pitching, and let's just improve the offense marginally. And I think that that's going to equal a trip back to October. That was the CY bet. I think it's looking pretty good so far. The offense is still going to be really frustrating at times. But the bet was, can we make the offense mediocre from bottom 5 to mediocre? And can we triple down on our really good starting pitching? They did. That's the plan. I think what is yet to be seen, and one of y'all brought this up on TikTok a little earlier, what's yet to be seen is the offense actually going to rise to just that mediocre level from bottom 5? Or are they going to be somewhere in between? That's what's yet to be seen. We keep going. Yeah, Evo is a boss, 100%. Good game. Appreciate you, man. Thank you for the comment. 10-man says, I think Smitty's going to come around. He had a ton of pressure to play last year, and I think he'll find his groove. Hitting is contagious. I do agree with that. The only pushback I would say on that comment, 10-man, is I think that Smitty, when you have it proclaimed in the offseason, you're the everyday guy. You're moving to second base. We're trading Marcus Semien, and we believe that you can be the guy that steps up. I've argued several times, I don't think that Smitty's ever had more pressure on him than this year. You're kind of making it into like last year was the pressure pack season. I don't know, my guy. I think this is the pressure pack season. All eyes are on Smitty. He's the dude. He's the guy that is replacing Marcus Semien, a Gold Glover, and a guy who's a franchise legend. I mean, he is. Regardless of the last 2 years, Marcus Semien, I mean, that 2023 year, top 3 MVP, hits the game-sealing home run in Game 5 of the World Series. I mean, I know that there were some ups and downs in 24 and 25 with Simi, but dude's a franchise legend. I think that there's never been more pressure on Josh Smith. And I would venture to say that may be why we're seeing what we're seeing. Could it be pressing? Could it be nerves? Who knows? I just think right now, Smitty probably has never quite experienced anything like this. That's my opinion. That's my take. I think right now it's early. Obviously, you're a little concerned though, after 15, 16 games where Smitty is sub 200 batting average, not hitting the ball super hard. And also the bat speed continues to get slower. That's something that we've talked about on the show as well. Smitty is not a guy that swings a quick bat, not a guy that makes a lot of hard contact. That doesn't mean you can't be successful in the big leagues, but it does mean you have to be really good at some of the other things. And so to put a bow on the Smitty conversation, if your bat is a little bit slower and you're not hitting the ball hard, I mean, let's just do a little class lesson here. What else would you probably need to be good at to make up for that? You're not swinging a fast bat. You're not making hard contact. Might you need to potentially be better at working the counts, taking walks, making it tough on opposing pitchers? And that's the part of Smitty's game that, like tonight, for example, and over the weekend in LA, feels like a little bit lacking to me. I'd love to see Smitty be a little bit more of a pesky hitter. If you're not going to hit the ball hard consistently, your bat speed's a little bit slower. Doesn't mean you can't have success, but you've got to give me a little bit more in the quality AB department. That's what I'd like to see more than anything from Smitty. I don't need him to start hitting, 105 mile an hour piss missiles all over the yard. I just need the dude to give me a quality pesky AB against some of these starters, against some of these relievers. That to me would be a big time upgrade. Get the counts deeper, 10-man, 100%. Get those counts deeper. I want to see him get hot too. Like, that's what people get twisted sometimes is I'm going to give you the real take every single time, y'all. I never want to be in a weird spot where I'm sugarcoating just complete garbage. I don't want to do that. And I'm not saying Smitty's been complete garbage, so don't take that the wrong way, but I never want to be somebody that's sitting up here trying to tell you you're not actually seeing what you're seeing. I mean, we can do that sometimes, but I want to give you the real deal. And right now, Smitty needs to do more, and he needs to be better in the quality AB department for sure. Do I think Haggerty gets a start at second? Yes, I do. We're going to preview the game tomorrow in about 6 minutes, and then we will close up the show on that note. But I believe there's a lefty going tomorrow for the A's, so I do think we see Swaggerty tomorrow for sure. Duran can play second base 100%. 100% Duran can play second base. How weird, Duran doing better than Smith. I don't think anybody had that on their bingo card. User 899, appreciate that. Yeah, I don't think anybody had Duran doing better than Josh Smith at this point on their bingo card. Now, it's a long season. Might that trajectory change 100%? But I'm with you on that. Don't mind Carter in the 2-hole. I think they are going to put Langford back there, especially tomorrow with a lefty on the bump. Right, you're going to see Langford back in the 2-hole. They're not going to put Evan Carter 2-hole against a lefty. I do wonder, and I am curious if Evan actually gets the start tomorrow. I don't think, you've got Tarek Skubal on the bump for the A's. And I talked about this in the offseason. Obviously, Skubal, Crochet, although Crochet got lit up today. I don't know if y'all saw that. Garrett Crochet gave up like 10 runs, I believe. I'm not even lying on that. 10 runs for the Red Sox today. But I still consider him one of the top lefties in the game. Chris Sale, he's getting up there. Chris Sale is like the left-handed Jacob deGrom, man. That dude just keeps dealing and dealing and dealing. Gets better with age like a fine wine. Him and deGrom. So look, if it's not Chris Sale, Tarek Skubal, if it's not Fried or Crochet, why not throw Evan Carter in there? Why not throw him in there? So for me, I think tomorrow might just be a perfect spot. If you're not comfy throwing Evan Carter in the mix against a team's, third or fourth starter who happens to be left-handed, I don't know, man. What are we doing here? It doesn't really sound like the plan is to play him against lefties if you're not going to throw him in the mix against some of these, not to be disrespectful, but lower tier lefties. All right, let's keep going. How's Hellman doing? I saw Mike Hellman hit a home run in AAA the other night, but I don't think the numbers are very good. We actually looked them up on the show a couple nights ago for Mike Hellman, one of the Little Rascals. And yeah, the numbers are not great, but he did have a 2-run bomb, I believe, last night or the night before last. So that's good to see. But Mike Hellman is not a guy that I would imagine the Rangers are looking at right now. Like, we got to get this dude back to Arlington. I don't think the spring training was very good for Mike. I don't think it's been a great start to 2026 for Mike down at Round Rock. I think he's going to have to do a whole lot more to be an interesting guy for the Rangers, especially when you've got, a number of other dudes that could potentially step up. Alejandro Osuna, man. I don't think Hellman is getting the call over Osuna. I would really doubt that. Mike Hellman, let's look it up. Let's settle this right now. What's he doing? What's he doing right now in the minor leagues? What's the average at? The average is at 167. Antonio, I hope that was sarcasm, bro. 167 with the 541 OPS. So, like I said, he did actually have a home run the other night, just like I said. 4 RBI, 2 stolen bases. All right. There we go. So, Mike Hellman, probably not a guy you're calling up anytime soon. Osuna, I do think, is going to be the first guy called up if you need an outfielder. I don't think you're going to go Mike Hellman. Mike Hellman can play infield, so that is nice. I just feel like you've got a lot of versatile guys already, man. You got Haggerty, who can do infield, outfield. Cody Freeman can play infield, outfield. You've got Duran, infield, outfield. Josh Smith can play infield, outfield. You've got so many guys that can play infield, outfield. And for me, I have brought this up with Osuna. If you're going to bring up Osuna, I do think they need to start giving him some first base reps. So at least he can play one infield position. Osuna being left-handed and a lefty bat, you're really relegated to outfield and DH. I think it'd be wise, even though Osuna, a little shorter, one of the short kings that the Rangers have, you definitely would like him to be able to play one other position beyond just outfield and DH. So for me, I think they need to give Osuna some first base reps. I don't know where he's been playing of late. I actually kind of want to look it up and see. I'm sure they're just playing him in the outfield, man. I really doubt they're doing anything super creative, but I'd like to see them start doing that. That would be nice. Wow, Round Rock scored 11 runs last night, and they got beat 12-11. That's not good. There were some dudes getting lit up last night. Yeah, it was Gomber. Austin Gomber he got nuked last night. Austin Gomber, of course, one of the Rangers' free agent signings, right? 1-year deal. Didn't end up making it out of camp. 8 earned runs for Austin Gomber. 16.39 ERA. Austin Gomber, God bless him. Teodo pitched 2 innings, 1 earned run. Okay. And what do we got? Cam Cauley's actually not playing great right now. 180 average, 560 OPS for Cam. Foscue has the best average on the team, 323 with an 841 OPS. Osuna wasn't in the lineup again yesterday. I wonder what's going on with him. I haven't seen him in the last couple of days. Austin Goner. Yeah, that's how it's feeling right now, my guy. Nate, what's good, brother? Yeah, double burger, baby. Double burger bomb. Love it. Good to see Jake Berger after a really tough Dodgers series. Really a really tough last week. Really good to see Jake Berger doing his thing. If Smith can't get hot towards the deadline, I think we got to go get a second baseman. I don't know who's going to be available. Dan, appreciate all the comments tonight, brother. So let's think about that. I feel like maybe Marte might be a dude that gets thrown around again. Maybe Marte. An interesting one could be if the Mariners really have the fall off that some people are saying they might. I don't know if I believe it, but I've heard from a number of people, Mariners, don't be surprised if they fall off a little bit this year. We'll see what happens, but if the Mariners are in a weird spot, Brendan Donovan, you remember, was traded from the Cardinals to the Mariners. I think he's got 2 or 3 years left on his rookie deal, right? That's what I call it. I know it's probably not called that in MLB. I know it is for NFL, but Brendan Donovan, maybe if the Mariners are in sell mode at the deadline, I don't think they would deal Brendan Donovan in division. That's the only thing. Sometimes in division trades happen, but not often. But I don't know if there's going to be a robust second base market. I really don't. I think that the Rangers are going to want to fill that internally. And yeah, Marte would be a lot. Donovan would be great, but I don't think the Mariners trade in division. And here's the other thing you have to consider. I'm very curious to see what the club does with Walcott. So let's just go glass half full. Josh Young crushes it, and he's clearly the third baseman of the future. I would love for that to be true, by the way. Corey Seager, I know some of y'all are trying to move that man to first base. Siegs is still one of the better defensive shortstops in the game. Corey Seager is not moving to first base next year. I think at best, Corey Seager moves to first base maybe in 2029, maybe 2030. I think Siegs is going to play 2 or 3 more years at shortstop. So that leaves you second base. Is Walcott going to be a second base guy? He's got a cannon. He's got a really good arm. It feels kind of weird wasting it at second base. Maybe Walcott is an outfield guy, but that's a little messy too because you got Nimmo now, 5-year deal for Nimmo, and you've got Carter and Langford. When you think about Walcott, the only real position that seems feasible is second base. Unless Josh Young doesn't cut it, then I think that's an easy Walcott at third base. And maybe the club decides to go that direction anyways if they feel Walcott's ready. Perhaps Josh Young becomes a little bit expendable. I just don't know. Do they want to waste that Walcott arm over at second, man? That feels weird to me. I just don't think they would do that, but maybe they will. I do think if they decide to go that route, Josh Young is going to be having to play his butt off, dude. It's not mediocre. Josh Young is going to have to be playing extremely well, I think, for the Rangers to be like, nope, we're not moving the top prospect to your position, and we're going to let you ride it out there. We'll see what happens. Yeah, some people are talking about trading Walcott. I don't think the Rangers should do that. If you're going to give me the choice between Walcott being the starting third baseman in 2027 or 2028 or Josh Young, unfortunately, I'm giving the Jungle Cat the kick to the curb. I would much rather see Walcott play third base and get a shot than the Jungle Cat at this point with the evidence that I have right now in front of me. Maybe he does become trade bait. Maybe he does. I don't think the Rangers are going to go get Tarek Skubal, though, Ethan. Look, that would be wild. It'd be crazy. I don't think they're going to go get Tarek Skubal. All right, hey, we got to go preview mode here for tomorrow in a second. Move Young to second base. I guess that is an option. That is an option. I just find it hard to believe, y'all, that they are going to stick Walcott at second. I don't know if you've seen that man throw the baseball. Dude has a cannon. I can only imagine him playing right field, third base, or shortstop. I don't think there's really any other spot for him besides those 3 places. Yeah, center field, but I don't know if you want to wear him down there. And you got Evan Carter already, who's an outstanding center fielder. Right field, third base, shortstop feels like the only place for him. It's going to be interesting to see what they do. Jock reeling me in. I hate it. I know it's a bad idea to think he's back. B Daddy, I'm with you, brother. I'm giving Jock credit. I do not want to be negative about Jock tonight. He's had a great 8 days of baseball, starting with that Easter blast about a week ago. Let's see if it continues. Let's knock on wood for him. Hope y'all heard that. Let's knock on wood for him, because I'd love to see this continue from Jock Pederson. All right, hey, let's go ahead and let's do the preview for tomorrow, shall we? By the way, AL West standings, the Rangers, after the win tonight, they improved to 9-7. The A's 8-8, 1 game back. LA, they are 8-9, a game and a half back. You've got Mariners at 8-9. They won today. They beat the Astros. So they are, like I said, game and a half back as well. Astros 3 games back, 3.5 games back, 6-11. Astros are on an 8-game losing streak. They started the season 6-3. They have dropped the last 8 games. It just sounds beautiful, doesn't it? Whoo. Man, I'm only basking in this a little bit because we got such a hard time from Stros fans after we lost 3 in a row to Cincinnati. How's 8 in a row feeling, baby? How's 8 in a row doing for you? That's what I thought. Got to enjoy it, man. You got to enjoy it. We always would say this. Y'all remember, some of the OGs, y'all remember, man. I would say this all the time. Like, we got to enjoy when it's going well. In life, this is a good life lesson too. Be very thankful when things are going super well. They can change on a dime. Enjoy the good times, man. Be thankful. Be very thankful. And that's what we're going to be tonight after a very outstanding Rangers win. 8-1. No sweat. Love it. All right, tomorrow's game. Another late night. So, hey, if y'all are still awake this time tomorrow, yeah, it'll be great. We'll hang out and do it again. I know some people, they aren't tuning into these games. They're going to sleep, but I'm glad some of y'all, night owls like me, will hang out again tomorrow night. So if you haven't hit that follow button yet, let's go now. Hit that follow. Hit that subscribe button if you're on YouTube. Appreciate you. This is what we do pretty much every night. We just talk ball, Rangers baseball. We talk some things from around the league. We weave those into, do a little division wrap up, but it's great. Hope you like the vibe. Hope you come back and do it again. Tomorrow, 6:40 start time for me out here on the West Coast. If you're brand new to the show, grew up in Arlington native, went to Arlington High School, and then moved to Vegas after college. Been out here for about 15 years. Love it out here. This is kind of home at this point. A ton of family live out in these parts as well now. So I'll be out here for a while. Love getting back to Texas when I can. Love watching Rangers baseball out here on the West Coast. Going to be even better when they finally come to Las Vegas, the A's, that is. So, this time in probably 2 years, I'll be watching some of these games live. It's going to be great. It's going to be awesome. Can't wait for that. Let's do the preview, though. Gore versus Springs. Former Ranger. This is juicy. Former Ranger Jeffrey Springs, who's honestly had a really good start to the year, and he's a dang good pitcher, man. I can't lie to y'all. Jeffrey Springs, he's good. Career 3.56 ERA, 1.47 ERA in 3 games and 3 starts this year. He recently shut down the Yankees at Yankee Stadium. He shut down the Astros. That was on April 3rd, 6 innings, 1 earned run, and he shut down the Blue Jays, 5 1/3, 2 earned runs. So Jeff Springs, it ain't going to be easy tomorrow. And Rangers aren't exactly amazing against lefties. We know this all too well. All too well. Ted, man, appreciate that. Yeah, Colt, man. Right as Chris Martin, I got in 1 year of Chris Martin, actually. Chris Martin pitched at Arlington High, of course. And he was about... let's see, where's he at? He's about 2 or 3 years older than me, so that'll age me a little bit. He's late 30s. I'm about mid 30s. And so, yeah, I didn't know Chris hardly at all. I was just a little freshman, and he was an upperclassman at that point. So, I mean, yeah, he's he ain't going to remember me, that's for sure. And my baseball career was nothing illustrious, by the way. I love the game, love the memories, love playing. Yeah, that center field is crazy. By the way, I've been back. The last time I was back was 2023. I should look like I should maps it or something. Yeah, center field I want to say was 425 at Arlington High. I'm pretty sure it was 425. It was massive. I have no clue why they did that. I guess they were like, we got to fill this. There's like a little path behind the right field wall where students like walk to class. Like, we just got to fill this thing out better. Let's just make a massive center field. It is crazy. I definitely have tons of good memories from that field, man. And with all the guys I got to play ball with. Did not, like I said, do anything crazy, awesome, special when it came to the game, but was blessed to play for high school and college years. It was great, and got to coach a little bit after college as well. Loved it. But back to the preview. Jeff Springs, Mackenzie Gore. Let's do the matchup. So Jeff Springs, by the way, against the Rangers, he does have some numbers. There are a few guys that have actually hit him well. Jungle Cat stands out. Jungle Cat is 4 for 9 with a bomb against Jeff Springs. That's encouraging. Seager does have a home run off Jeff Springs as well. Seager is 2 for 6 with a homer. One thing that I love with Corey Seager, by the way, and maybe I need to like not say this, but no off days yet for Corey Seager. That to me has been impressive. Dude has played 15 games in a row, 16 games in a row. It's impressive to me. 16 games. I feel like with Bochy, Seager probably would have had 2 off days by now. Seriously. It's been good. It's been fun seeing Seager in the lineup every day and not thinking, hey, it's Sunday, so he's probably going to have an off day. By the way, Jock Pederson, 1 for 2. Nimmo, 0 for 2. McCutchen, maybe we see Kutch tomorrow. I would probably guess we do, even though Jock had a nice night at the dish. I would think Andrew McCutchen probably in the lineup. Kutch is 1 for 4. Langford 1 for 5. DJ 0 for 6. Higgy, I think we'll probably see Higgy tomorrow. Higgy is 3 for 8 lifetime against Springs. Haggerty and Carter do not have ABs. I won't think we'll see Carter. We might see Carter. Maybe, but Jeff Springs is tough. I know I was talking it up earlier, but when I see it's Jeff Springs, I don't know if we'll see Carter tomorrow against Jeff Springs. Haggerty, I could see him in the top of the order, or at least filling out the bottom half. We'll see what happens there. But I think it's going to be a day where we get some new faces in the lineup. Swaggerty, McCutchen. I think Duran will probably be in the lineup again, probably playing over Josh Smith. I would imagine Smitty probably gets a day. Smitty 0 for 2 lifetime against Springs. We'll see what happens. Andrew McCutchen starting tomorrow? Yeah, I would definitely say that is a pretty good bet. I think McCutchen, Duran, and then also Haggerty. I think you'll see those 3 in the lineup tomorrow night. All right, y'all. Hey, we're at a little over the hour mark. We've been having a lot of fun. I'm going to check comments one more time. I feel like every at-bat that doesn't end in a strikeout, Higgy always hits the ball pretty hard. Absolutely. I really like what I've been seeing from Higgy so far this year. Higgy, by the way, just going through the numbers on the season, he is hitting .333 with an .893 OPS. So you're not wrong. The numbers would back you up there. Higgy, a very good start to the year. It's good to see. Very good to see, especially after how big of a black hole catcher was at times over the past 2 years. It's good to see a catcher going 890 something OPS, man. That is a sight for sore eyes. Truly. Hey, good to see all y'all. Sobe, appreciate you, man. Thank you for the rose. Thank you for the gifts. Everybody that's given one, very generous. Hey, it was fun. We'll do it again tomorrow, hopefully, talking about another Rangers win. I'll have a video out for you guys at some point in the afternoon, early evening tomorrow, much like I did today. Thank you for watching that. Thank you for sharing it with somebody. I really appreciate the comments, too. Y'all keep the show fresh. I love the conversations y'all start up. I can go on and on, but you guys take the show in very positive directions most nights, and I'm very thankful for that. Hey, by the way, one last thing. I know a couple of times I've mentioned the Discord here and there. If you want to take your support of the show to the next level, consider that $2.99 membership. I know there's a subscribe button probably somewhere up in the top left or right of your screen if you're on TikTok. That join button there on YouTube. $2.99 a month gets you exclusive access to our Right on Rangers Discord. It's a great community of people, about 40 or so, and we talk Rangers baseball all hours of the day. So look, if this isn't enough for you, you want to be able to talk ball at all times with some really good people, consider becoming a member or a subscriber. $2.99 a month. I know $2.99 is $2.99, but appreciate you considering. If it's not for you, no hard feelings. I appreciate all the support that I can get. It's been great. We started with 0 followers back in early 2023, and here we are, man. It's been a great ride, but I appreciate all you guys. Grateful for your support of the show. Hey, have a great rest of your Monday night. We'll see y'all tomorrow night. Same place, same time. Let's do it. And as I always say to end every show, God bless and go Rangers.